Hey guys, Bird Yugioh here. So just a quick break from deck profiles. Today I wanted to do a top 10 for some really good budget side deck cards. I don't usually show my side decks for the deck profiles, so I thought I'd just do this and show you guys some really good options. Yeah, Cowboy's not one of them. Get him out of here. So yeah, we'll start with number 10. Or should we start with, I guess, these one-ofs? That are kind of cool to play. They're not in the top 10. They're honorable mentions, I guess you could say. Pankratops, Mind Control, Red Reboot. They're all at 1. They're all obviously extremely powerful. Decent side deck cards that you could always play as one of. No, not Cowboy. So, yeah, Pankratops, Mind Control, those are definitely options. Number 10, I got Soul Drain. It's newly unlimited. I don't know if you can see that. It's a rare. So you just activate by paying 1,000, and then monsters that are banished or in the graveyard cannot activate their effects. So it's cool against certain matchups. Obviously, if you're going first, it's a good card. Number 9, I thought we'd go with a Solemn Strike. You know, it's just easy card to put in. Obviously, if you're planning on going first, you can always side this in. If you have mostly, you know, like a going second deck, Solemn Strike is really good to just put in there to just negate a monster effect or a special summon. Number 8 is Denko Sekka. Now, obviously, you have to be particular about what deck you play this in, because a deck that relies on that normal summon, you probably wouldn't play this. But yeah, if you have like Pendulums, this is a really good card in, because you don't always rely on that normal summon. And if you're playing against a back row heavy deck and you're going second, you drop this down, and unless they negate that summon, they're not going to be able to activate any of their set spell and traps. So you probably should win at that point. Like I said, especially against like a back row heavy deck. Denko Sekka is sometimes just a win. Number 7, I went with Lava Golem. So it's kind of in the same vein as Denko Sekka, because you can't normal summon when you special summon this. So against, or with certain decks, you obviously would not want to play this. But if you can manage to play this again in like a Pendulum deck, or just a deck that can special summon very easily without relying on that normal summon, Lava Golem will get rid of 2 monsters your opponent controls. And we all know pretty much every deck going first can put up at least like 2 really good negates on board with monsters. And if you just flat out get rid of them, that you might be heading for a victory. Number 6, I went with DD Crow. It's just a really, really good side deck hand trap. It's one of my favorites because it's slightly specific, but a lot of decks like to have stuff in the graveyard that they can banish or activate effects with it or whatnot. So if you can use DD Crow to banish an important card that's in their graveyard, that sometimes will really help you out. So yeah, that's 10 through 6. We'll get into the top 5, and no, Cowboy's definitely not in there. Number 5, Anti-Spell Fragrance. I really like this card. Again, if you're having to go first against a deck that plays a lot of spells, or if you're having to play against any kind of Pendulum deck, this card will just kill them and stop them and slow down most decks. So yeah, I really like it in the side deck. Heck, even in the main, if you have that kind of control-y trap-heavy deck, Anti-Spell Fragrance is really nice to have. Number 4, Cosmic Cyclone. Just a really good generic spell trap removal. You just pay 1,000 and you'll target the spell and trap and banish it. So it doesn't even send it to the graveyard. Really, really nice to have. Quick play, of course. Number 3, Forbidden Chalice. Heck, this is being mained a lot now. because it just is going to negate a monster effect. It's a quick play. It comes up a lot. That monster will gain 400 attack, but that's it. Otherwise, its effects are negated. Just a really, really nice card. Obviously, super cheap. You can get, it's a common. Yeah, definitely if you don't have any of these, pick them up. They're really, really good. Number 2, Artifact Sanctum. I love Artifact Sanctum. I played this in my Cosmo deck. If you guys haven't checked that out. But yeah, Artifacts. It's in the side because it is a popular side deck option. You know, the Artifact Sanctums and Moral Attack and Scythe, all those are really good. And yeah, so and it's really cheap now too. I think it's only a couple bucks. So yeah, Artifact Sanctum, a really, really good budget option. If you're being either like forced to go first, you know, you have like a going second deck, it's a really good option for that. And then now down to number 1. Oh, not Cowboy. Although I will mention, all jokes aside, Cowboy, if you want just kind of like a cheap win in game 3 maybe, you might consider siding it in. It doesn't always feel the greatest, you know, winning with a Cowboy in time, but it's an option if you want to just kind of steal a win every now and then. But yeah, number 1, I put Super Polymerization. You can't go wrong with it. It's, especially against the decks now, they actually do, most decks play at least a couple dark. In their extra deck, everyone's making the Borlode Savage Dragon, which is a dark. So yeah, Super Polymerization can just blow up boards on its own. You know, one card, obviously you have to discard a card, but then you get a monster on board, and you're getting rid of usually 2 monsters your opponent controls. Simple as that. They can't activate any effects in response to it. It's super, super awesome. Super Polymerization, quick play, and it's cheap. A couple bucks for that one as well. But yeah, that's our little kind of discussion video. I just wanted to give you guys some budget side deck options that are really, really good. So yeah, we'll catch you guys on the next one.